What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of The Scrub Investor. I am Buka, your host. So what are we talking about today? We are talking about the current relationship landscape that we find ourselves in. You know, I think it's so interesting to hear both men and women discuss and not really understand the ramifications of what we're about to enter. If you think about it, right now, we are probably in some of the most dire financial landscapes that we're going to have to navigate in our lifetime. I just had a consult with a client of mine, and she makes $122,000, I think it was, last year in 2024. And she's literally living paycheck to paycheck. Right? And when you think about that should send chills all through your body. That nowadays you can earn $120,000+ a year and still be living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I know some of you guys out there are thinking, well, she might have been, spending a lot of money or frivolously using her money. Well, I'll tell you this, I ran through the finances. And it wasn't that bad. It wasn't egregious. It wasn't anything that just stood out as in like just straight negligence of spending money. So that leads me to understand that the cost of doing things has just gone up. Now, for a lot of people that earn a substantial amount more than that, of course, you don't know what I'm really talking about, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't really experience this. I mean, yes, being that I own rentals, I had some exposure to that, and I was able to kind of see that, man, the market or the cost of things is going up. Because, at that point, I view every rental with like its own business, and its margins matter. So I'm not sitting there just looking collectively. Yeah, collectively we're doing well, but each individual house got to do well, because if not, then I got to reevaluate what's my strategy for this house, right? Just like any other investor would do. And what I found is this. Man, things are getting more expensive. So that's how I got the first exposure. So now going back to the ultimate point, which is people needing to understand that you gotta partner up, right? Or find a husband, find a wife. Now, unfortunately for men, this is something we've always understood, right? If as a man, your body's built for work. It's built for the dumb shit. But over time, you are going to have to find an option. And if, for guys, unfortunately, homelessness ends up being the result for poor planning. But I don't think women usually necessarily think of themselves as potentially going to be homeless. The reason is they've never really computed that in their heads. But as a man, that is just a part of living. So, I hear a lot of people getting into the gender wars, and for some of us, it truly does not matter, because you earn enough money, you've got enough things, you've got enough action that you're able to navigate the latter parts of your life financially if you were to live it out, without committing. But the modern woman really got to consider that, because, man, so many of y'all are just living paycheck to paycheck, and you are one car accident away or one broken foot away from it all going downhill and just deteriorating just fast. So just something to keep in mind. Understand that you do need that person, whether or not they're as attractive as you want them to be, they're as fit as you want them to be. You better start looking at it as not settling, but this person's saving your life.